heat press or to not heat press? That seems to be the question over this previous week. I've been having a friendly debate with the homies over at World Envision. If you want to pause right here, this is the order that the videos go in, where we are going back and forth talking about if you should heat press or you shouldn't heat press. Now, I could go on for days when it comes to this conversation in this video alone. However, I hopped on a call with the homie Nick from World Envision to put this argument to rest. After this, really the choice is going to be up to you. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and also check the pinned comment after you watch this video so you can watch all of the other videos that's included. Now here's an uncut, raw discussion of us going back and forth about this discussion itself. Make sure you watch this thing all the way through and don't skip anything, because you might miss out on some valuable information. Yo, what up? My name is Rich. Welcome back to another video. I got the homie with me, Nick from World Envision. As you can see, we've been having a heat press debate going back and forth, you know. But first thing, I want y'all to let y'all know, you know, we ain't got no real beef or nothing. We've been going back and forth. We just having some fun. And like, you know, I appreciate you guys from World Envision, Marlon and Nick, for everything. We you guys helped me out a lot. So, you know, much respect to you guys. But at the end of the day, I can't even really argue like that, because y'all got more credentials than I do when it comes to this cloning brand game. But, you know, a lot of what I show is coming from the beginning stage, like showing you guys how to use the heat press and whatnot, getting you up to that intermediate speed. And what Nick wants you to know is to get to the advanced level, you got to throw that thing away and start outsourcing everything.
Hey,
so
you got to throw it away, bro. You got to
throw it away. So, hey, I have nothing against that. I agree with you. But so today, though, I'm going to play real heavy on the devil's advocate, because, you know, I got to be on the other side today. So I guess we can go ahead and talk about this. Where you want to start? What's your thoughts on everything?
Hey, first I'm gonna start off by just saying, hey, I'm all the way in New Orleans right now enjoying Mardi Gras. You hear me? And I'm able to still run my business. So like, for those of y'all that's still in the lab right now, printing shirts, heat pressing shirts, you're not able to enjoy your time because you out working in the field. But in order to scale past that level, that's one of the first things that you're gonna have to give up, is the production side of it. So like with us, like obviously, like you still gonna have to ship orders, you still gonna have to bring the orders to the post office or whatever, you still gonna have to create designs, you still gonna have to, you know, manage your website. But one of the first things we gave up in our business is actually the production of the merchandise. So what we notice is, if we can at least have merchandise, we can obviously start to go do other things. And we always tell people merch equal money. So like, you can't make any money if you don't have any merch. Like, I mean, I know there's other ways that people make money off merchandise without having it, such as like pre-orders and things like that. But that's not our strategy, and that's not the way that we like to do business. We like to actually have the merchandise ready to be sold. All right. So in order to be able to get to that level, you got to already have some shirts in your warehouse or in your house ready to be sold.
All right, so I get that. So I'm gonna go real high level. So the video that's supposed to be posted today, which to them is gonna be yesterday, you know, I know you like to talk about Nike a lot. You talk about their marketing, you talk about like the way they do content, the way they do a lot of things. So they always have inventory on hand. And one thing that always stuck to me is, I know listening to what's his name, Damon John, is inventory is like the #1 killer of an actual business. And any clone brand is literally inevitable. No matter how much the pressure is on you to make those sales, that inventory is going to overflow. So when it comes to a company like Nike, you know, they get all this inventory coming in. No matter how much the pressure is on them, they can't sell it all. So they have to offload it to something like Marshalls or Ross, or even to like a Nike outlet.
Right. So check this out. Like, and I like that you said that, because one of the main things that people always say is like, I don't want to be stuck with these shirts. But check this out, bro. Like, if you getting a shirt made for less than $10, let's just say you getting your shirt made for $7, $8. Like, and let's just say you pricing it at $30 to $40, right? And let's just say all of them don't sell. You always could go down. Like, you always could go to the $20 mark. You always could go to the $15 mark. You always could go to the $8 mark if you have to, but you always gonna make your money back. There's no way that they losing money, because they getting the merchandise for so less, so affordable, right? I'm not gonna say cheap, because cheap is like, when I say the word cheap, it's like saying you're getting something for low cost and low quality. I'm gonna say affordable. When you ordering merchandise that's affordable, that you could sell for 3-4 times the cost, you can always go back and sell it for the actual cost that you got it for. So it's like, it's never a lose, because then check this out. You may look at it as, yeah, I'm not making no money off it, but I look at it as marketing. you still getting somebody with your shirt on. Anybody who wearing your product, wearing your brand, that's free advertising for you. That's a walking billboard for you. So like at the end of the day, you still getting merchandise out there. They not losing because they still putting their clothes on people's backs. And then things that we like to do is just give away merch, right? That's one of the main ways we was actually able to grow our business and create brand awareness, because we gave away clothes. All right, so you gotta look at it like this: it's millions of people in the United States and it's billions of people in the world. All right, if you only made 50 shirts, they still got millions of people that you could be selling to. Like I could say, if you Nike, it's like Nike make millions of items a year, right? But if you not Nike yet, I'm not Nike yet. So making 1,000 shirts is still little to what they're doing.
I get you. But so you want people to give away free clothes too, though. So in the very beginning, that's gonna be hard to afford, and the return on that walking billboard is gonna take a while for them to get that type of data and retarget them. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
To be honest with you, bro, like at the end of the day, you're gonna have to invest some type of money into your business. Like I don't know nobody, like tell me this, Rich. Did you get to where you at by not investing anything? I can obviously answer that for myself. No, you gotta keep investing. You still investing to this day. At the end of the day, like you're gonna still have to put money up to make money. So like look at you giving away merch as you putting up money for marketing in your business. Let's switch the free merch out for Facebook ads. Instead of you running Facebook ads, go give away free merch, right? Because there's people who spend thousands of dollars on Facebook ads and still not seeing a return on that. So I would rather go give out merchandise in one small area. Start in the area that you're in, right? Start in the bubble that you're in. Start with your friends, start with your family, start with the people that you see every single day, so you can start to flood that small area. And then once you flood that small area, everybody going to be wanting to know, what is that? What is that? What is that? And then you're going to start to burst outside of your little small bubble. That's how we got started. When we was in New Orleans, bro, like it's a big city, but it's still like a small community. Like it's still like a small community of the people that's wearing this type of garments. You get what I mean? So we flooded that small community first. And that was how we was able to just expand outside of our bubble, right? So you got to just start where you at. Like I understand that it, like you may look at it as like, all right, it's still costing me because I'm giving away merch. You're going to have to spend money to make money, no matter what part of it, no matter if you're a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. You still going to have to spend money to make money. And there's no way that you're going to only be able to invest $100 and make $1 million. Show me somebody who invested $100 only and made $1 million. With our brand, we invested $120 in shirts. But what we did when we made that $240, when we sold those shirts for $20, we made that $240. Ask me what I did. We invested it back into the business. And it kept going from there. Even to this day, we invested it back into the business. I was scared to invest my first $50,000 in merchandise when I made my first $50,000. But how can I make $100,000 when I'm not willing to put that money back into the business, right? So you're gonna have to keep on going. It's never gonna stop. The investing never stops, bro, at all.
So I like that you said that, because like a lot of people taking the concept of, oh, okay, all I gotta do is invest X amount of dollars, get things screen printed, and then like I'm pretty much gold. To be honest, like I think I like the more transparent conversation where it's like they constantly gotta invest, because like I think even you and I had this discussion. It's like a lot of times these people who getting into the game, they don't even know they have like the universal design like idea yet, or the logo or the brand name concept. So those first 12 t-shirts that they might get printed, they might have to give those away already. So
exactly,
yeah. So that's, to me, is the more important thing of like, oh, just starting with 12 shirts, or more so you spending the first 12 shirts in marketing.
Exactly. So like that's another thing too. Like most people, they don't go out there and invest right away because they don't even believe in the concept that they created. So like that would be the first number one thing, like, is to at least prove your concept, at least create a design that could appeal to the masses. And that's what we teach in a lot of things that we do. You have to be able to create a design that everybody like. Like it can't be, you can't make t-shirts just for alligator lovers. You get what I mean? At least if you like animals, or if you want to do something with alligators, do something for all of the creatures out there. Do something for whales, alligators, dogs, cats. You get what I'm trying to say? You gotta open up your market. You can't just be like, oh, I'm about to just make shirts for anybody who like alligators.
Yeah, you can have a whole niche and then sub niche it.
Yeah, you gotta have a big niche, and you can have little bitty small niches inside of that. But like with us, like we have designs that everybody can wear. Like we have designs that anybody, like like even with your brand that you created designs that anybody could wear, bro. Everybody's gonna like it no matter who you are, or at least in, you know, from the ages of between, you know, 14 to 40. You get what I'm trying to say? At least have something big enough to where you're able to act. And that's why people ads don't be working, because it be so targeted to one specific thing that like they not giving themselves the opportunity to actually get in different markets. So like I would definitely say, like, obviously it's going to be the design starting out. So like when you first getting started, like you don't have to go and buy first 1,000 shirts. I wouldn't recommend, hey, just go buy 1,000 shirts right now. But like I would start off with, you know, 12 t-shirts, see if people like it. Like what we said in the God is Dope video. If you can't give it away, you can't sell it. Like if you ask somebody, can I give you the shirt, and they don't want it, like obviously you know that that's a bad design. Like, so you need to be able to like ask people, like, how much would you pay for this? And and see if they be on, and try not to ask people that's your friends, because they're not gonna be real with you.
Right.
Ask people like this. Ask Rich. Hey Rich, how much would you buy for this? Rich will tell you. Ask me. I'll tell you straight up. So like you definitely want to survey people out there and ask them, you know, how much would you pay for this? And if they tell you, I wouldn't pay nothing for it, obviously it's telling you something, right? And you got to go back to the lab. You got to go back to the drawing board, because even with us, bro, like, and we don't even be talking about this, but we had like 4 brands before we came across this perfect one right here, right? We had multiple brands, and they wasn't the ones, right? And then we landed on something that was the winning brand. So it's gonna take time. It's gonna take you to become a better entrepreneur, because that's what we always say too. Sometimes it's not about your design, it's about you. Like, how do you think about the design when you're creating it? It's all about you. Like, it's all about like what you come up with and why you came up with that. And that's why people gonna support your brand.
Okay, so I like that you said that too. And Nick's trying to be my friend right now, because like right now we on the same page. I'm supposed to be like the devil right now. So like it was easy for me. Like when I got a heat press, and I've helped multiple people out. Like as soon as they got it, the first month or so, they've already made sales because they can limit their losses. But I want to go like really high level with you right now. But you said you wasn't Nike and whatnot. However, in the previous video, this is what I talked about. So Nike, they worth like 200 billion. They doing amazing, but they having lawsuits every other month because they blueprints all over China, because they not manufacturing their own stuff. But a company like all the high-end brands, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Balenciaga, all of them, they manufacture all of their own products still. They don't focus on marketing as much. So whenever they focus on the quality of the actual product, you know, and of course they got heat presses, because you can't say polyester without heat press. They sell polyester scarves, they sell polyester t-shirts. Whenever they come out with their products, they put it in the show, and all of a sudden the product sells itself. So there's a big difference between, you know, a company who does not manufacture compared to a company who focuses on the actual product and the art and the craft of making it.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on that?
I like that. Now check this out. I like both aspects, but at the end of the day, like what I'm truly saying about this whole heat press thing is that like the owner of the company is not pressing or making those garments, period. I don't care what business you in. Like at the end of the day, like the owner of Nike, or the owner of Balenciaga, or the owner of these designer brands, they're not making it.
They started that way though. They started that way.
All right, they started that way, like, which is cool. But this is what I'm saying. It is no way that they was like in the lab, like after a whole year of running this business and seeing traction from it, they was like, all right, I'm gonna continuously make. There's no way that you could build a big time business if you're doing that work, because you can't think about working on the business. You constantly working in the business. Like, there's no way, like bro, it's so hard for somebody to make the garments, create content, make a website, go do pop-up shops. Why are they still trying to have a job to fund this actual business? Like, what I'm saying is, if check this out, if you do want to make your own merchandise, the fastest way to grow your business is getting somebody else to make it for you. So let's just say if you want to keep the heat press, pass it to your little cousin or your little nephew and teach them, so you can start to save your time, and you can start to invest your time into things like, all right, let's focus on how we're going to sell these shirts. Let's focus on how we're going to get these shirts into these fashion shows, or let's focus how we're going to build up our website. Like at the end of the day, all I'm really saying is the person that's starting the business, that person that created the business, you're gonna need somebody to manage the business, period. So like if you don't look at yourself as a manager, you need to hire a manager and you need to just focus on creating the merchandise. So I tell people this too, because at the end of the day, everybody want to be an owner of something. So they create a brand so they could be an owner, right? But as an owner, you got to figure out what's going to be your role, right? And as me, I still do designs here and there. You get what I mean? But in my company, I have other people who actually manage the business because I seen that wasn't my strongest suit. My strongest suit is designing and marketing. So I'm working on designing and marketing while I hire somebody else to be the manager of the day-to-day operations. But I still have ownership inside of the company. You get what I'm trying to say? So as an owner, you don't have to do everything. You got to figure out what comes easy to you, what comes hard to you. The things that come easy to you, do that. The things that's hard for you, hire somebody else to do that. So what I'm saying is like, if you want to make your merchandise, cool. But just know this, you're going to have to hire somebody to manage your whole entire company. You're going to have to hire somebody that's going to have to tell you, all right, this is how we going to sell. This is how we going to market. This is what we're going to do next month. This is what we're going to do the 3 months after this. So like, all I'm really saying is, it's not like if you want to make your merchandise, cool, but you got to understand that it's only a certain amount of time. Like you only have a certain amount of time, bro. And you can make, let's just say you can make $10,000 doing your own stuff. But you just say, let's talk high level. Let's talk about $300,000 a month, $400,000 a month, $500,000 a month. You gonna need a team. It's no way that you can make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month by yourself. That's impossible. In any business that you're doing, it could be product, it could be digital. Any business that you're doing, you're gonna cap off at a certain amount because you don't have a team, and you're gonna be sitting up there wondering, man, why I'm not hitting this amount? Why I'm not hitting this amount? Because it's with us too, bro. We got other businesses that we do, and we like, man, we stuck at 20K, we stuck at 30K. Why? Because we don't have a team. We trying to do it all of ourselves, and we not trying to let go none of the profits. But what I'm starting to understand is, bro, to be able to get from $30,000 to $100,000, you're gonna have to give up some of that money, bro. You're gonna have to give up some of that profit, and you're gonna have to put that in other people's pockets. That's just the name of the game.
So I like what you said, because now I agree with you. The core component is sales and marketing, right? But you went from throwing away the heat press to giving it to your little cousin. So so what I'm saying is, like, I'm not trying to cancel out the manufacturing side, because a lot of these companies, they hit the $400,000 or $500,000 mark, but once they went to like the domination area, instead of like beyond advance and whatnot, they had to go back to square one and decide which part of the actual profits that they actually wanted back. So that's my whole conversation.
Exactly.
On this heat press thing.
Exactly.
Not necessarily being. I get what you're saying. Like, from being solo, and then you got to throw it away, because like that's where I've been at. Like, when I refresh and started a new brand, like, there's no way I could be making all this, right? So
exactly,
like, I can't do that. So I can contradict it too. Like, but at the same time, you talking more so if you solo, you got a small team, you can't focus on that. You got to focus on the core component. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of like that, the high level companies, they come back and focus on
the production side of it. Exactly. Yeah. Like what you just said, they set their whole system in operation up first, and then they come back down to the ground, and then they figure that part out. It's the same thing with us, bro. Like, bro, we got 50, 60 different designs now, because now we got a whole system in play to be able to get all of this stuff done without me actually having to do it. So now I actually have time to say, all right, this is what I truly love to do. Let me go do this. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, people that's literally using a heat press right now and making merchandise, they get blindsided by the fact that you still got to go out and grow your company. Like, you have to literally go out and grow your company. Like, yeah, all right, like check it out. I get that. Same thing what you just said. And like, and it is contradicting, because like, I did say, you know, what I mean by throwing away the heat, like, I don't never want nobody to think that I don't want them to make money. Because I had somebody in our group, and I made the video, and it was like, man, as soon as I made that video, I just stopped heat pressing. I just went straight to screen print. Like, you have to be an entrepreneur. Like what we say is this: look, entrepreneurs solve problems for profit. So check this out. You have to transition to that. That doesn't mean stop today. You have to transition to that. So like, don't stop making your money right now, but know that is a next level to it. Don't stop at that one part. You at level 1 right now. So like, I'm not saying throw it away and now you ain't making no money. That's that's like me. That's like me saying, I won't go straight to cut and sew, and then I stop screen printing.
Yeah. I think what I want to say is like there's a balance to it. There's certain people who purchase it to understand the production and they understand when to transition and level off. But then there's other people, a small selection when it's like they purchase it because it's a less risky way. But instead, they don't want to take the huge risk and get something screen printed, and they can only sell 5 t-shirts, and then it's up to them to sell the other 19. The pressure's on them. And then, you know, they feel like that's too big of a risk on them. Instead, they should be taking that pressure and heat them up to get uncomfortable, to get out there and actually sell it.
Exactly. And I mean, we could solve this whole, we could end this whole conversation with this. Check this out. You started your brand, right? After hours. Now I'm coming to you now.
Yeah.
All right. I came to the warehouse. You had a bunch of different garments over there. And then we was talking about how we were, you know, getting to that scaling phase, pop-ups and stuff like that. All right, when you went to the pop-up shop, you sold you some merchandise. You sold a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Did you heat press all that stuff that you sold?
We heat pressed probably like a few of them.
A few? Or did you do 100%?
Probably like a third of them.
A third of them, right? but in order to get to that scaling phase, like, tell me this. Like, is your mind focused on growing your business in the sales department, or is your mind focused on producing every last single garment that you have?
I mean, I just said it in this video. Like, we not focused on making it. All right, so hold on. If you want to close it on that, let me close it on this. Let me close it on this then. All right, hold on. Since we hit it off like that, all right, let me close it on this. All right, so I know you highly praise like Nike's marketing and whatnot. Let me know what shoes you wearing today. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I ain't never seen y'all wear World and Vision with Nike. Y'all wear that joint with Balenciaga. Y'all wear with Louis Vuitton. Don't play with me.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know how you do that, bro. I got some designer kicks on right now, but I get all my wear out of these shoes. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, you all right. Like when it comes down to like high end brands, bro, they focus so much on the production side of it, bro, that the quality is like is stupid.
The understanding though is like the core component is marketing sales. Without that, nothing else is even gonna matter. Like, to me, like today, it was just like I really want to heavily like discuss the production part. Like, that's not a component of the entire process as well. So like, but without the sales, without the marketing, you won't even have to worry about that. So I think that's a wrap on that.
Exactly, man. I'm just trying to, bro, just to like, I'm not trying to discourage nobody from like doing it their own way. Like, trust me, because people used to try to tell me at the beginning when I was building my brand, like what to do. And I wasn't listening. And that's why it took us, like, bro, it took us like, we was doing our business since 2010, right? 4 years ago is when I actually started to listen to people that was doing it before I was doing it. And that's when I started, we scaled our business to where it's at now in the last 4 years, bro.
Yeah.
And that's only because I started to just listen and I started to just implement everything that they was telling me. Well, at the beginning, I was hard-headed, bro. I wasn't listening. Like, I'm like, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna sell $50 shirts. Like, I don't care. Like, I wasn't getting emails. I wasn't getting phone numbers. I just wanted to do it my way. And that's why it took so long to build this business. But now what I'm noticing is that, like, bro, it only takes one piece of information at the level that you at to take you to the next level. So, like, for some people, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing, and that's not a problem. It's all on you. But there's some people that's gonna take this information that's really gonna create a multi-million-dollar brand. So, like, that's really all I'm trying to do, bro. I'm just trying to give people the same game that we use to be able to take our business to the next level. So, like, I'm not saying that if you're using a heat press right now, you're doing it wrong, or all the information that Rich been teaching you has been wrong, because it haven't. It made you money, but ultimately what I'm trying to do is take you from $10,000 a month to $50,000 a month, and then $50,000 to $100,000 and so forth.
Absolutely, I agree. Next, like, transition, the next risk you got to take. Like, that really, at the end of the day, if you want to build a business, you got to put the pressure on your shoulders, and it's up to you to make the next move.
Facts, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead on and get up off it. I'm about to go enjoy my Mardi Gras, man. Still making them sales in the background, but hey, I appreciate you for letting me hop on a channel. You dig? Hey, Worley we here, man. Appreciate Rich, appreciate the Hustle Ninjas channel. Shout out to everybody that watched this video. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, peace, love, and blessings. We out.